What's up guys, today we're going to be going over different portal rollouts and portal angles you didn't know, and we're going to be doing this a series on every single map. So today first is Saw. So the main thing we're going to be covering is first we're going to do the rollouts off your initial spawn, then we can talk about how to do different angles and different little sneaky portals you might not know of on Saw. So when you start on Saw, there's two initial spawns. There's two people that spawn here and there's two people that spawn here. Now the main objective are the power weapons off your initial spawn. So there's a shotgun, there's a plasma, there's a sniper, and there's a railgun. So shotgun is by far the most powerful on this because it is such a close quarters map. We have these four people that spawn down here, and whoever is spawning opposite, so across from this shotgun over here, is going to be the one that is going to the shotgun. And what the normal rollout is if you're playing as a team, whoever is the farther person back is the one who's going to be running through a portal, and this first person is going to be the one who's shooting the portal. So let's say I spawn here, I'm the front guy. As soon as I spawn, what I do is I'd shoot a portal here, I'd shoot one here, and my teammate would already be here by the time I'm aiming the second one. So it would look like this. It would be boom, boom, and my teammate would already be up against it because I have to peek out to be able to get it and then go, so he can go slightly faster than me. So that is the main rollout, but if you're playing solo and ranked, best to probably just go yourself because your teammate might not know to do that. So that is the initial shotgun rollout. Now, if you're on these opposite spawns, there's a couple different things you can do. If you're this front guy, there's no real set rollouts for these. One thing you can do is you can actually nade the back of this, and that will destroy the enemy's portal if they're trying to go to shotgun. So you can help your team doing that. You could also go straight to SMG, shoot and try and support this guy. Or if you want to try and get a railgun, you can actually hit this portal here, go through, and run down and grab that railgun and come right back into your spawn. But there's a lot of different ways you can do this. Plasma is also super powerful. So if you want to help support, boom, boom, and then you just go here, that's another great way. And the rollouts are the same on either side. So that's how you kind of get the power weapons in the initial start on Saw. Now, one of the big things on this map is this up top control. Whoever has the top control is probably going to be controlling the game because you have the shotgun up here. If people are down, it's hard for them to get up. Now, one thing you really want to be careful of is blocking these. You want to make sure you're not blocking your teammates after. Like if I were to portal down here for like a hill here and fight it, I want to make sure I'm not blocking this so my teammate can't move. Because if me and a teammate do this, then they're both blocked and they can't move and they have to sprint all the way. So there's a couple different portal angles in here. None are really crazy on this. One is to just heaven. So this is called heaven right here. To this, and you can portal chain to right here pretty easy normally. So that's one of them. A big one is if you're in this corner here. So if you're top mid here, you can see this portal wall to the opposite base, and you can portal right in, boom, 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 shoot. Or you can even get to the side of them, shoot on the other side. So that is one way. Another is if you're just right here on this wall, you can hit this portal as well. So it's kind of the same thing, slightly different. And those are really good for pushing the bases when someone's in it, because a lot of times people will block this backboard. So if you're coming in here, you also might have to look both ways. A really common spawn for people is right here, so they could spawn there. If you have both control over these two bases, then a really common spawn is either back plasma right here, so this is a good portal peak to look at, or heaven. Now, if you have a portal, it can block spawn, so that's not what you necessarily want to do. And something else, if you are spawning down here, there are a couple things you can do. You can go straight to plasma from this side. You can actually hit this top heaven backboard as well from plasma right here. And you can go straight to plasma, obviously, go right back to where you were. Now, these walls aren't used too much, especially this surface. You should pretty much never be using any of this. These boxes aren't really used either because if you're down here, it's very dangerous. One other really cool portal peak here is you can actually have a portal right here, and if you get it in the right spot, so I'm on that blue side, I can see into this red base a little bit, and I can also walk through this and hit their backboard here if I wanted to, get some shots in, and so on. Now, on King of the Hill, there's a lot of different ways of going about this bottom hill, so this bottom hill is very important underneath. It's very hard to break if you don't have like the shotgun or the plasma, but the fastest way to rotate, I see a lot of people drop down, start sprinting to the bottom down here, and that's okay. But the quickest way, if you're trying to get to those bottom hills, if you're spawning in top of your base, which you usually will be on that bottom hill, is to hit this portal right here. And boom, you can attack from the side. Now down here, there's not a ton of different portal angles. You can portal peek this if you want to when you're watching this hill. But again, it's very dangerous. It's easier just to wait for them because they have to come to you. And these walls really aren't used that much. It's pretty dangerous being here or up here. And another good example of a portal angle you can hit is if you're playing, so on King of the Hill, there's a hill right here. It's the first hill. You can hit this backboard right here. So these backboards are really the main spots you're going to be using to rotate through and to get to the other side really quick without just sprinting there. This top middle is very dangerous. That's not really something you want to use much. Another one is on these side hills for King of the Hill. A lot of these are useful. You can portal to this back wall and shoot them before going in. And you can hit these from various different points on the map. And again, these side ones are really useful. These little angles you can hit and then just peek there. But the main rotations are usually up top and through plasma. So some people go like this to rotate. You can go to here, boom, and you can just move around. And if you wanted to, you could hit this. You could hit their backboard down here from right here. So off your spawn, you can get into that hill if it's down there. You could hit the front one if you wanted to. Or you could do this rotation. So there's a lot of different rotations and places you can use, but there's not a ton of different portal surfaces that you're actually going to be using. You pretty much never are going to use like any of these for the most part. You can use these side ones. You can use this to look at a spawn, or if I put my portal farther up, if I can hit the right spot, you can get into their backboard right here. So those are really the main spots on Saw. This is probably the map with the least amount of portals like this. On these other maps in the next videos, we're going to be going more in depth because there are a lot of different ones and a lot of really useful sneaky ones that you might not be able to see. But that's pretty much it for Saw. Saw is very simple. It's a smaller map and it's symmetrical. So that means it's the same on both sides. Now things like High Wind and whatnot are very in depth and can get pretty intense with the different little pixel portals and small things you can do. So leave a comment, let me know what map you guys want to see next, and I'll be sure to make that. And I hope you guys have a good day. Make sure to drop a sub if you haven't already. I'll be streaming on Twitch. I'll leave a link to that in my description, and I'll see you guys later.